that's the Terminator. You're the father John Connor needed. Don't do it. God, Linda Hamilton's so good in this movie. Get her. Or get him. Get him, Sarah. And Linda. And Linda's sister. Badass. Hello and welcome to MBW Movie Watcher. I'm Michael, and today we're watching Terminator 2 Judgment Day, the Extended Special Edition. Or the Ultimate Cut, or the Skynet Edition. Depends on where you're watching it. It's known as 3 different names, depending on if that's DVD, Blu-ray, some other version. I don't know. It's just the longest version of the movie. That's all you need to know. And I've never seen it, so this is my first time watching. I've never seen the special edition, but I have seen the theatrical version, but it was many years ago. I was a kid. I don't remember what happened scene for scene in the movie. This is essentially my first time watching the Ultimate Cut. Of course, like most people, the Terminator franchise, which I have seen basically all the other movies, it's burned in my brain just from, the culture. You can't escape the Terminator. Schwarzenegger said it when he was governor, like every other week, that he's the governor and he'll be back. He never lets that line go, by the way. He says it in everything now. It's in his contract. But without further ado, let's get into it. 2.5 hours, buddy, and we'll talk more at the end. Let's go. Mario Kassar. LA traffic. Doesn't that just look like hell on earth? Streams of carbon monoxide, dioxide, gas fumes just sitting in traffic. Oh. And that's what happens to you. It just incinerates you at some point. Los Angeles, present day. When you sit in traffic for too long. This really is one of the coolest, atmospheric intros.
3 billion human lives ended on August 29th, 1997. The war against the machines.
Beautiful. Narration, shot to the skull, crush it. I love this intro. Out of all the Terminator movies, Salvation, I guess, being the prime example, Cameron gave you the guideline right here. This is what the people want to see. This. Although I kind of like Salvation, but I'd like to see James Cameron's version of Salvation.
The computer which controlled the machines, Skynet, sent 2 Terminators.
I'm not entirely sure, what is not in the theatrical and what's been added, because like I said, I've never seen it. I saw the theatrical all the way through a long time ago at this point, so it's not fresh in my brain.
Before John was born, it failed. As before, the Resistance was able to send a lone.
Cast the perfect guy, perfect look for John Connor. Yeah, that intro. I love that intro. It's a beautiful way to introduce the film. Starts out with a bang. Awesome narration by Linda Hamilton. The imagery is epic. I've never seen fire scenes cooler than this right now. Every firefighter movie, Backdraft, Ladder 49. This is the most beautiful fire I've ever seen. Although in my mind, there's the thing with the Terminator franchise, it's very confusing and it hurts your brain to think about because it's a paradox and it's just never explained. It's explained, but it's not resolvable. And that's the thing with the paradox. Because in my mind, in the first Terminator, it was set up that Kyle Reese and the original Terminator were sent through, and then the portal was closed, and there was no way to send anyone else from Kyle Reese's own mouth. And it's clearly a debate, because I've said this before, and, tons of people chiming in on what they think about that, so it's an ongoing debate for sure, but in my mind, if you take his word for it, how did they send another Terminator back, the T-1000 and a reprogrammed T-800, if the portal was destroyed? I don't know. Was that transition in the... Okay. Something about James Cameron. He's got like crazy, awesome transition shots. The thing closing and it turns into the grill of the semi-truck. Holy I didn't even notice that. Like, that's never brought... Like, my mind never registered, like, hey, that's an awesome transition. He's got awesome ones in Avatar and Titanic especially. Damn. That effect and the aftermath perfectly sells it. Awesome. Of course, Schwarzenegger, who was, what was he, in his 40s? Almost 50 at this point? Looking jacked and ripped as ever. Jesus. Mr. Universe. Here's a question. Does that little hanging appendage work as a Terminator? How would it? How would the mechanism work, since there isn't like a little metal probe down there? What if that was how they connected to computers?
And your motorcycle. You forgot to say please.
I love that line. Ooh. That reaction, a little fake. Just instantly, as soon as he's touched. I like that detail, throwing him on the grill and he just burns himself.
Take it.
Bad to the bone. That's a good, actually, foreshadowing to the fact that he's not an evil Terminator. The fact that he takes it a little bit lighter right there, using this song. Because in the first movie, he would have just massacred everyone in this bar. And instead of bad to the bone, you hear dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And then now especially, he would just kill him. But instead he just takes his glasses. Again, that's not something I subconsciously probably registered it, but it's not something I thought like, oh, this was intentional. Since if you've never seen this movie, you don't know that he's a good Terminator yet. Well, I guess if you've seen the trailers, probably get the picture, but there's one thing James Cameron's good at. It's at making LA look awesome and cinematic. And it's trash. There's burned out cars and graffiti and trash, and it just looks awesome. It's such a cool practical element to help sell that. To have it like burned out perfectly like that, still glowing in heat. Did he just kill that guy with a punch? Trying to make this movie less violent? In reality, he probably turned into a sword or something, but it sure looks like he just punched him in the stomach and the guy died. Robert Patrick. He incinerated the casting in this movie. Perfect. Perfect. Jeanette Goldstein, too. You'd be hard-pressed to realize that that's Vasquez from Aliens. She literally, like, melted away into this role, just like the one in Titanic, as an Irish woman.
Todd!
What?
He hasn't cleaned that room of his in a month.
It's an emergency. Hang on, I'll get right on it.
Beat it, bud.
Not my mother, Todd.
Can't you see I'm with my mullet red-haired friend here? We're going to the arcade, bumping some tunes. Yeah. Get it, Linda. This is why James Cameron married you. At some point.
This next patient diagnosed as acute schizoaffective disorder.
You know, a total nutbag. We're gonna go check her out right now.
Which looks human, of course, was sent back through time to kill her. That the father of her child was a soldier sent back to protect her.
And she also said that Kyle said They destroyed the portal, but I somehow know this. They're sending another one back. Yeah.
Good morning, Dr. Silberman. How's the knee?
Speaking of killing their role, the dude in the back's just getting a boner. Yeah. Also, give her a couple swipes of the baton there. Now, that's interesting. The color grade, clear difference there.
Take your meds, Connor.
This must be an additional scene.
Now you know you gotta.
The color grade does not match at all. You're gonna take this stick, you hear? The baton.
Yeah, Zapper.
Yeah, zap her good.
Dreams.
Well, if that wasn't in the theatrical, it should be. Good moment.
Are you the legal guardian of John Connor?
That's right, officer.
Another color grade shift.
He's a good-looking boy.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't worry about him.
Please insert your stolen.
I don't know. I'd say he was acting a little bit odd.
Will you hurry up? This is taking too long. You learn this stuff from anyway.
Rule number 1. If you don't want to look suspicious, don't have a mullet redhead guy with a leather or denim jacket with you. It's pretty obvious you're up to no good.
Alright.
Mullet, red hair, denim. Up to no good. Trifecta.
Yes.
It's pretty hot, man.
No, she's a complete psycho. She tried to blow up the computer factory.
Which one? Dell? HP?
Sarah.
Is that Kyle Reese? What?
Where's our son, Sarah?
Oh my god, he got Michael Biehn to make a cameo?
He's the target now.
And then he cut it?
He's all alone. You have to protect him.
I know.
There is no way this is in the theatrical. I would remember that.
Stronger than you ever thought you could be. On your feet, soldier.
Okay, well that part was a little...
I need you. I'll always be with you. The future is not set. There is no fate but what we make for ourselves.
Does he say that in the first one? I honestly don't remember. Contradicts what he's preaching about the time portal.
Stay with me.
There's not much time left in the world, Sarah.
Well,
Kyle, don't go!
I can sort of see some of the elements were a little cheesy, but I think it's still awesome. Like, brought Kyle Reese back. Michael Biehn got a cameo. There's another dream sequence, so maybe you didn't want to have more than one. Although it perfectly connects it up to that other sequence, because I remember that. It's kind of hard to forget. Okay, he should have kept that in. For Michael Bihn's sake, if nothing else. Come on. You do him dirty like that? He helped make the Terminator franchise what it is. He could have just trimmed it shorter or something.
Every night. Why do I have to go?
Literally could have just had her sleeping and then have like quick flashes showing him, just to keep him in there somewhat and to show that she's like traumatized and still dreaming about him and stuff. But you don't have to have that full scene where he's having dialogue and everything.
They fly apart like leaves. I know the date it happens. On August 29th, 1997, it's gonna feel pretty fucking real to you too. Anybody not wearing 2 million sunblock is gonna have a real bad day. Get it? You think you're safe and alive?
Sarah. No time to make jokes while you're going on this insane emotional rant. And really, we need 3 million power sunblock. Might need some kind of blast structure too, because it's not just the power of the radiation in the sun. Light.
Has been much improved.
You said that if I showed improvement after 6 months, I could have visitors. I was looking forward to seeing my son. They don't exist. I had, there would have been some evidence.
The Skynet Institute has a I mean, that's not real.
So you don't believe anymore that the company covered it up?
Your magic is working, Doctor. She doesn't believe it anymore. They're just cracking jokes. Oh yeah, that Sarah Connor chick. Totally still locked in that mental institution. As they're tweaking their computer chip that they found.
Mr. Dyson. Yes. The materials team know where it came from.
You know, I asked them that very same question once, and you know what they told me?
Sarah Connor. Who? Some chick locked up in a mental institution. Miles Dyson. He totally goes into this lab just to stare at the CPU for no reason. And the arm. No reason. Just every day his daily ritual is to stare at it. Then get back to work.
I have shown improvement, haven't I?
And I think you're just telling me what I want to hear. I think if I put you in minimum security, you'll just try to escape again.
You have to let me see my son. He's in great danger. He's naked without me.
You didn't have to go that far in the great danger part. You could have just said, he's my son, I want to see him.
For a while.
And you're being an asshole and not letting me.
But you stay here for another 6 months.
Kill him. Kill him, Sarah. Yeah. Stab him in the kneecap again.
Some restraints in here now!
Model citizen.
Yeah. I love that quick head turn. I wonder if the Harley was purely James Cameron's idea. If Arnold was like, yeah, James, I think I should ride a motorcycle, you know, a Harley, you know, vroom vroom. It's really part of my character.
Galleria?
Matter of fact, I won't come back to do the movie unless you do that. Yeah, he's right over there, next to the mullet kid.
I'm gonna get some quarters. I'll be back, alright?
Do you know John Connor?
No.
Do you know this guy?
Nah, I don't know.
Smooth, kid. Smooth. That's a true friend right there. Mullet and all.
Man, there's this cop scoping for you. Check it out.
Didn't even hesitate. Nah, I don't know, man.
Hey, man, I think I saw that kid you were looking for. Hey!
He even tried to point him in the wrong direction. Oh, yeah. Hey! Pepsi! In your face! Boom! Yeah!
Hey!
God, to see this in theaters. The Terminator back. This other guy. Get down! Oh? Liquid Terminator? That's totally not what that gun sounds like, but I'm all for it because it sounds awesome. I don't know what the heck that sound effect is. But that's not what a Beretta sounds like. Suppressed or unsuppressed. Yeah, and seeing that in 91 would have been sick. Good CG. Actually, nobody had really seen it because it was groundbreaking at the time. Nice little touch there too. This guy should have been a track athlete, man. Look at that run. Just perfectly moving through the air. He probably had to do that, like, I'm sure he was exhausted. Had to do that so many times, I'm sure. These Terminators, they're always grabbing semi-trucks. The slowest vehicle they could grab. Well, there is that. They're pretty good at plowing through things. I don't know if that would be functional after this, but that's a movie, so let's keep on going. Just burned out cars in the LA River. Coolest reload ever. I know in the past that shot was like a very obvious stunt double, but I fixed it. That dummy in there took a beating. I could have swore I seen that dummy have a backwards hat on too. Badass. Probably blew blew people's minds too during that time.
Stop the bike! Time out! Come on, stop the bike!
Why? You're not enjoying it? It's a cool bike.
But you are a Terminator, right?
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
Look at that face. Sculpted by the gods and Arnold himself.
Who sent you?
You did. 35 years from now, you reprogrammed me to be your protector here.
Was that before or after Kyle Reese was sent? How does that work? And why do they still give you an accent? Well, I think I know how to spot these extra scenes now. They just don't match. The
Like
color
me,
grade or
a T1000,
the grain.
advanced prototype.
What the hell
That
was
one
that?
was
Liquid
understandably cut. Totally not necessary to see him get another car.
Listen, I gotta stop by my house. I want to pick up some stuff.
The T1000 would definitely try to reacquire you there.
You sure?
I would.
That was a great line too.
Look. Todd and Janelle are dicks.
How times have changed. Cell phones, they ruined a lot of cinematic movie stuff. No more payphone scenes.
John? Yeah. Is everything alright? Are you guys okay? Late. Honey,
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be a reactor who's shocked at the scene because,
I'm making beef stew.
like I've said, I've seen the theatrical and I remember this.
Hey!
But I'll play along for a second.
The dog's really barking.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's the Terminator! That ain't John's mom!
Right here. I'm fine.
Yeah, every reactor sounds like that.
What's the dog's name?
Hey, Janelle. What's wrong with Wolfie? Wolfie's just fine.
Yeah, Jeanette Goldstein. Killing it! And him.
Your foster parents are dead.
Oh my god, that's so awesome. Such an awesome scene. Your foster parents are dead. Wolfie. Great effect, too. And again, I ask, since he just mimicked John Connor's voice, how's Wolfie? He can do that. Why does he have this accent? We'll just accept it because we love Schwarzenegger.
I need a minute here. You're
I
telling
will admit, to someone who hasn't seen this movie, that moment would be awesome. More awesome-er.
He disguised itself as a pack of cigarettes. Well, why don't you just become a bomb or something to get me?
You can't form complex machines. You can form solid metal shapes.
Like what?
And it can form clothing, apparently, too. They tricked me on your name, now I'm going to kill you! Okay, well, yeah, I don't think that was in the theatrical. Looks a little off. This wasn't in the theatrical. But, I mean, that dog collar moment, I actually really liked that. Because you can infer, obviously, that he realizes it, but to see him be like, go to the dog, and what told them off? How do they know? The dog's name is different? Blast! Curses! What is that supposed to be? He's just like, this is how I examine things. Oh! Yes, I found where he's at. Is this how he discovers where his mom's at?
1984.
You killed. Look, I just sat here and told you that your son is missing.
Grow more and more disconnected from reality as time goes on.
God, this guy. I told you, she's an idiot. She's crazy.
Crazy ex-Green Beret guy.
I miss that. The 90s boy's hair. Just perfectly styled and cut. The 90s hairdo.
He was a psycho, didn't you know?
Couple strands of hair in the face.
And nobody believed her. Not even me. Listen,
Bad
we gotta
son.
Get out of there.
Negative. Typically, the subject being copied is terminated.
Shit, why did you tell me? Help!
This does not help our mission.
Help!
Luckily, there's another mullet man. To the rescue.
Why the hell did you do that?
Because you told me to.
Wasn't he telling you to do other things just now and you weren't listening?
You have to do what I say, huh?
You okay, kid?
Take a hike.
Kick this guy's ass.
Let's get out of here. What?
Grab this guy. I can't believe he called me.
God, get him off of me!
God damn, lifting up someone by their hair.
No! Jesus, you were gonna kill that guy.
Of course. I'm a Terminator.
You just can't go around killing people.
Why?
Because you can't.
Why?
I love that it gets closer to his face. It's just right beyond his lips. Why? It reminds me of the Mad TV Jesus skit where he comes back to save Jesus. Why? Why? What are you? A glutton for punishment? Of course, it should remind me. They're parodying that. Those bifocals make it worse. Ugh. The sickest part about that is it actually had to be done to film that. And that guy could say, "Hey, I licked Linda Hamilton's face." Acting is filled with weird little things like that. You can say, "Hey, because this was in the script, I did that. And I actually had to do it in real life, even though it was acting." God, this Robert Patrick in this movie makes me feel hideously fat. What is he, like a 30 waistline? I'm sitting here bulging out of my pants. Oh, here we go, another mullet.
Oh, here comes your friends now.
It's mullet town in this movie. Hey, my son was telling me about you. He's got red hair. You remember him? That still looks really good.
You want some coffee?
Like the detail and the texture on that. I mean, it looks pretty damn good. Look at him getting fatter there. How offensive. That's a good animatronic there. Now, I just happen to know because I'm a avid trivia reader that wasn't just like an optical double effect. That was actual twins. And I know one of the scenes that was cut, which hasn't happened yet, they use Linda Hamilton's twin sister to the same effect, which is actually really cool. Twins, they're handy, aren't they? I know it's established that he's got to make contact to double them, but it's pretty far-fetched that he just steps on him with a rubber shoe and he can imitate him from that. Jam that pole up his rear end. Come on, get some revenge. That's a cool shot. Showing him walk across the other way and be able to see it in camera. Why would you morph back to your other form already? Throw the keys, he catches it. It's a good move there, Linda. I mean, Sarah.
There are 215 bones in the human body. That's one. Now don't move.
That's a badass line.
You're not gonna kill anyone, right?
Right.
Right.
Such a great moment to add that and then...
He'll live.
That's so great.
Open it or he'll be dead before he hits the floor.
There's no way, Connor.
It won't work, Sarah.
You're already dead, Silver, and everybody dies. You know I believe it, so don't fuck with me! Get back! I'll pump it full of this shit, I swear!
Oh. Palm to the face. God, I love this movie. Oh man, such a good use of slow motion many times over. Boom. Guys, don't you notice the large Austrian man in leather jacket and shotgun? It's just one of her delusions. He's not real. It's still not real. Come on, keep strapping her.
Come with me if you want to live.
Another iconic line. Said in the Terminator and resaid here. Perfect use of returning that line and with another character. There's that sound effect again. I will admit it sounds really cool. I think I saw a really cool practical effect there.
What the fuck is going on?
Love me some practicals, but I think I saw the like that was made to blow open like that. I think I caught a glimpse of it right before already kind of split. I never noticed that. Damn. That wasn't necessary. Come on, Terminator. Just gave him a concussion. Ballooned out metal flowers, if you want to call it. Also a really nice practical effect. Security guard is still there. Saw the rubber arm there. Gotta give me one of them shotguns. I think it's cool.
John, it was stupid of you to go there.
I had to get you out of that place.
What's wrong with your eyes?
Nothing.
I came here to kill you. You are right. This was all a ploy.
That's a nice bike.
I have detailed files on human anatomy.
Makes you a more efficient killer, right?
Correct.
Of course. Very obvious.
Will these heal up?
Yes. My CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer. But Skynet presets the switch to read only when we are sent out alone.
Good bit of explanation there. Now I know this scene wasn't in the theatrical, and it absolutely should have been.
Two locking cylinders counterclockwise.
Give more background on the Terminator and why things are the way they are.
Do it. Open the port cover.
Such an awesome...
Pull to break the seal.
Thank God he cast Linda Hamilton, who just happened to have a twin sister. Like, did he know that when he cast her in the Terminator? Or was he just like, holy crap, you have a twin sister?
Access the CPU.
We can pull off this badass shot. All one shot. With a big practical effect. With a mirror. Literally should have just kept it in there. That's like a thing where it's like, in terms of editing, like, as someone who's made films myself, there's certain shots you might have gotten where you just want to keep it, even if it's not necessary to the story or you need to tighten things up, but there's like a certain shot you just love for whatever reason, and you want to keep it in there just for that. No! But often it's not the greatest idea to do that. Story first, not runtime, but the flow first, I guess, depending on the type of movie it is. This is an example. Keep the cool shot. Totally worth it.
I don't trust it.
But he's my friend, all right?
You've known him for 2 days.
This could be our last chance, so move!
Look, Mom, now my leadership ideas once in a while. Because my own mother won't. How do you expect anyone else to?
It's also a great moment just for Linda's character, Sarah Connor, getting a chance to destroy it because she doesn't trust it, but then doesn't because she's listening to her son.
Was there a problem?
Keep it under 65. We don't want to be pulled over.
Affirmative.
Gotta listen to the way people talk. You don't say affirmative or some shit like that. No problemo. Hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista, baby.
You say chill out.
Combinations.
Dickwad.
Well, that was a obvious dub job there.
Smile once in a while.
Just running around in the background with a
He
gun.
knows. How's business? Give me a break.
Well, I was gonna order a burger, but jeez.
That's good. Maybe you could practice in front of a mirror or something. We're not gonna make it, are we?
It's in your nature to destroy yourselves.
Major drag, huh?
Yes. Major drag.
The man most directly responsible is Miles Bennett Dyson. In a few months, he creates a revolutionary type of microprocessor. The system goes online on August 4th, 1997. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th.
Why attack Russia? Aren't they our friends now?
Sounds like our future.
The Russian counterattack will eliminate its enemies over here.
How much do you know about Dyson?
I have detailed files.
This like color grade shift, literally mid-scene, is this all the ultimate cuts? Admittedly, it's very distracting.
Miles?
Oh, wonder whose idea that was. Yeah, go lick his neck. Whoever came up with it, it's equally as weird. Cameron, I think my character would lick the back of his neck. Yeah, let's try that.
Maybe I am this close. Imagine a jet airliner with a pilot that never gets tired.
Your heart and your mind are in here, but it doesn't love you like we do.
Not yet. I'll make it love me. Your wife's trying to save the world, Dyson. All you gotta do is be with your family.
Enrique! ¿Estás aquí?
You're pretty jumpy, Connor.
You too? Uncle Bob, this is Enrique.
Uncle Bob, huh?
Speaks perfect English.
Uncle Bob?
That's how I pick up my kids.
You two, you're on weapons detail.
Excellent. Totally fuck up my life, huh?
Some life you got there, living in a junkyard.
Are you ever afraid?
No. No. I have to stay functional until the mission is complete.
Great shot. Great character moments there too. I don't think all that was in the theatrical.
Torque range, please.
Key tip: how you fix a junker that doesn't work at all. Just go under it with the ratchet wrench and just tighten a bolt. Problem solved. Car fixed.
Mom and him are only together for one night. She still loves him, I guess.
Why do you cry?
You mean people?
Yeah. Pain causes it?
It's when there's nothing wrong with you, but you're hurt anyways. You get it?
No.
Too slow.
We do not joke like that. You've activated my kill mode. Overrides everything.
The Terminator would never stop.
Those are sunglasses, man. Where can I get a pair of those? Look like they're from Star Wars or something.
Of all the would-be fathers who came and went over the years, this thing, this machine, in an insane world, it was the sanest choice.
Where's these people's house? Looks like they're just literally living in a junkyard. You see that burned out helicopter over there? That's where I sleep. This is still in the movie. I actually really like that dichotomy. Like, she already had a similar dream, but now she's having the same dream again, but this time it goes further. Need that sunblock. 2 million power. Oh god. Nightmare fuel. I bet she's still screaming, just a skeleton, essentially. It's such an awesome.
No fate but what we make.
She intends to change the future.
Yeah, I guess.
That would make sense, but it also doesn't because of that paradox. Because things have to happen a certain way because they've already happened. And in order for certain people to even exist, things have to go a certain way.
The T-1000 has the same files that I do. It knows what I know. It might anticipate this move.
Haven't you figured out why you can't kill people?
Danny, I told you to go to bed like your sister.
Just a couple of minutes, Mom.
It's a cool RC truck. I want it. Now, there's a lot to say on the paradox of this movie, different paths, which I will heavily elaborate on at the end of this video. I don't want to suck up all the time talking about it now while it's playing.
Danny! Danny, just go! Go! Danny, go!
You only got 2 clips? Some preparation you did. Holy shit. Oh, shoulder shot.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! It's all your fault! Motherfucker!
God, Linda Hamilton's so good in this movie. I don't know this actor's name who plays Miles Dyson, but he's actually really good too. He plays being injured and in shock and dying really well.
You're to stop me. Yeah, I did. I love you, John. I know.
Terminator 2, starting the waterworks.
Who are you people?
Sean.
That could lead to a couple of funny things. Great practical effect too.
Listen to me very carefully.
Great shot, great line.
It's not every day that you find out you're responsible for 3 billion deaths.
You're judging me on things I haven't even done yet.
Men like you thought it up. All you know how to create is death and destruction.
Mom!
Hey, his wife knows how to do that. Don't lop her into that mix.
We have to destroy all the stuff at the lab, the files, the disk drives, everything here. They told us not to ask where they got it.
Those lying motherfuckers.
This took us in new directions. I mean, things we would have never. My work was based on it.
Were you though? I don't know. Could have just been all part of the plan. Judgment Day is inevitable. This could have all been necessary to happen for it to happen. Everything was meant to be. Or if it wasn't meant to be, all you did was delay it.
Hi.
I need written authorization.
I insist.
Vince!
What kind of kinky stuff are you into, man? What are you doing in here?
My card should access this thing. It's neutralized all the codes in the entire building. Nothing will open anywhere now.
You know the guy that we got the CPU for? I mean, the other guy. Well, it's not how a grenade launcher thingy works, but again, it's a movie. I'll take it. Badass. If anything, I'll just shoot that room up with fragments. It's not just gonna blow a door open. Is there an inflatable dinosaur in there?
Female identified as last name Connor, first name Sarah.
And all the processors on my left.
Big ass dick.
I worked a lot of years on this thing.
Yeah. Take that anger out, Miles. How did you get this tool that's... Sure, it can break in ATMs, but this highly advanced computer company with probably some of the most advanced security... It can hack into that too? Okay. Right.
Trust me.
Come on, kid. Just let him do the work here. You want to do this or not? I don't know how you could use a minigun and blast it out there and not be hitting some people at least. Like, okay, that guy just danced around all those rounds. Miniguns will never be not cool. Who doesn't want to just hold a minigun like that and let it rip? I know James Cameron, because I've seen him do a clip with him letting that thing loose. And he's like, oh yeah, this is going to be in the movie. Matter of fact, I'm going to be doing it, and we're going to CGI Arnold's face on top of mine. Lies! Impossible! I never knew it could do that. You could just push it out?
We got Skynet by the balls now, don't we? Ready to rock? Ready.
Vasquez is ready to rock.
Time to go.
Ooh! This guy's just a punching bag for bullets. God. This guy's so good at dying. This is another moment I wonder, was the actor doing that, or was James Cameron saying, breathe fast like that? Hey, is that, I mean, dying convincingly like that? It's pretty hard to do. That guy killed it, literally, himself. Cool animatronic there, too. Damn, just busting kneecaps, huh? Left and right. This movie blew the lid off of finding the keys on the sun visor there. Yeah, don't do that anymore.
Chopper's coming in!
It's him.
How do you know that? Such a cool action sequence to being chased by a helicopter flying that low. I don't even know if that would be attempted nowadays, flying under a thing like that. That's like a stunt. They probably just use a CGI helicopter. Shoot, they hardly use real muzzle flashes anymore. And I'm sorry, it just will never be the same as the real thing. Because when you shoot something, there's, you know, it has weight to it. Both in terms of the handling and the way the actors react. You can just tell when it's all added after the fact because they're just not reacting properly. Like the John Wick series, for example. Honestly, I've seen part of the second one and the first one, that's it. I haven't seen any of the other ones. But even in those movies, like, you can just tell. And I get part of the reason of that is just like they're doing like gun fu basically, but it just doesn't have the same weight because they're not real, or a lot of them aren't. Damn, cold, man. He was asking if you're all right. Just this guy gets stabbed too. Stop asking if they're hurt. Loves his semi-trucks, doesn't he? A house on the back of it. Oh. That was probably the worst shot in this whole thing, in terms of how it looked and was pulled off. Iconic shot of the T-1000 being frozen. Parodied many times. Such a cool effect. Like, I don't even know what they did. Is that an animatronic? I don't know, it's a dummy, but was that an I don't know. It just looks really good, however they did it.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, beautiful. That probably got some roars in the theater.
We don't have much time.
Which is why we're going to stand here and stare at it long time. Come on, we gotta go. No, wait till it fully assembles. We don't have much time, and then we go. They're still staring at it. Literally waited till it's all back together. It's no time for walking, man. Trying to let him get away or what? Gumby. Yeah, that wasn't theatrical. See, that should have been kept in, showing a malfunction. I think that's cool. He should be using his powers more like that, more often. Couldn't he have just turned his hands into a sword and lopped his head off right there? Yeah, he could have, but we know why that didn't happen. What a great location to have a final showdown in. Freaking steel mill. Beautiful lighting, cool sparks in the background, smoke, teal, or teal, blue, and orange. Cameron's favorite colors. Ooh, that's a great animatronic. You know what? I don't recall that shot. Maybe just because I don't remember, or maybe it wasn't in the theatrical.
Call to John.
Ooh. Did he fake turning his light off? In his eye? Alternate power. My mom doesn't sound like that. Another use for the twins. Get her! Or get him! Get him, Sarah! And Linda. And Linda's sister. Nobody does that little motion better. Well, that effect looks so good. I'm sure it was animatronic, but even the motions it was making seemed really fluid, like more fluid than an animatronic. However they did it, props, bravo. So cool. Jeanette! Yeah, more screen time. Just throw Kyle Reese in there, get another Michael Biehn moment, even though it makes no sense. Or could it mean some kind of implication from the future past thing? Throwing up on himself, on his head. He's beat up.
Is it dead?
Terminated.
Adios.
And the chip. There's one more chip. And it must be destroyed also.
Don't do it, man. You could just stay with them and be kept a secret.
You're not self-terminated. You must know me.
They could just hide you.
No, it'll be okay. Stay with us. It'll be okay.
I have to go away.
No, don't. I order you not to go. I order you not to go.
I know now why you cry. But it's something I can never do.
You're John's father, man. Don't matter that it's impossible. You're the father John Connor needed. Don't do it! Thumbs up, man. Thumbs up. Everything about this movie's iconic.
There was no Judgment Day. That was 30 years ago. John fights the war differently than it was foretold here on the battlefield of the Senate. Because if a machine can learn the value of human life, maybe we can too.
That alternate ending has a good message. If the machine can learn the value of human life, then maybe we can too. So, in that regard, it's good. I like that it's more definitive. Like, Judgment Day isn't going to happen. They fixed it, essentially. But I like that because it stops sequels from happening, which I don't really like any of the sequels. But, yeah, so that's literally the reason I like it, because it's more definitive. They stop Judgment Day. It's not happening. And there's no sequels. The way the theatrical ends, it leaves it more open, and they're unsure, and an uncertain future. Honestly, as a movie, it's probably a better ending than theatrical, but just the fact that this one stops sequels from happening, That's why I like it. But I fully understand why that was cut and they went with the ending they went with. But other than that, and since watching this, I've realized that the ultimate cut compared to the special edition, the only addition was the scene where the T-1000's looking in John's room and the alternate ending. All the other extra stuff is included in the special edition, and yeah, which would lead me to believe that the special edition is probably the way to go ultimately, but it is nice to watch the ultimate version. I think the scene in the room is cool, but not necessary. Mainly I like the fact that he goes to check the dog and sees that the name is different. But the alternate ending I think is worth checking out. I don't hate it. I'm sure there's people that hate it. Maybe it's a little cheesy or something. Linda Hamilton's makeup isn't the greatest, honestly. But I actually think the way they ended it with the narration and the wording, John's fighting as a senator now. If a machine can learn the value of human life, then maybe we can too. In that regard, very good. But yeah, as a movie, if you take the sequels aside, the theatrical ending is better. But yeah, I mean, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, awesome movie, iconic, filled to the brim with iconic moments in all facets: cinematography, directing, writing, lines, acting, special effects, visual effects. Awesome movie. Just like all James Cameron's movies, I wish I would have seen that in theaters. The only things I have gotten to seen of his in theaters are literally Avatar and The Way of Water. I never saw Titanic because I was too young. Obviously, anything before that, never saw it in theaters. Unfortunately, I missed when Titanic was re-released, and if they've done any other, I just haven't seen them in theaters. But if I ever get the chance to, absolutely, I would love that. So if you got to see this in theaters, you're lucky. I wish I could have experienced that. Love the movie. Terminator 2, iconic. There's literally so much you could talk about with, the time paradox and was what happened in Judgment Day. I know they say the fate is not set and we're on a new path, uncertain path. We're rewriting it now. The works. But really, if you think about it, the way that the first one happens, where John isn't born unless Kyle gets sent back to impregnate Sarah Connor, essentially. In my mind, because that's a fact, Terminator 2 Judgment Day can also be that same fact. Like, it had to happen like that. And it was always meant to happen like that, where another one is sent back, they destroy the work, but it still happens. Obviously, if there were no sequels, you wouldn't necessarily think that. But obviously, the way the franchise went, it was inevitable. Judgment Day is inevitable. But that still is a possibility. The Judgment Day being necessary, everything that happens in it for Skynet to eventually take over, and Judgment Day being inevitable. But it's just a roundabout loop paradox that you can debate to all end. With all that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this movie reaction to Terminator 2 Judgment Day. So until next time, hasta la vista, baby.